How you doing? I'm Bashan Johnson, and my friends call me Bash. I'm a former athlete, and with Making a Difference Foundation.
I'm Jeff Schaffer. I'm not a former athlete. I wish I was, but I'm ex-military and I own my own business. I'm a retired entrepreneur, and I would make a difference foundation as well. We call ourselves life skills coaches because we teach the life skill, how to improve your life, how to become a person that people have respect for, and how to be a team player. But most importantly, we teach people how to do things so that they're respected by other people, because people are the most important thing you're going to have in your life. They either like you, they don't like you. They'll either help you or they won't help you. And if you have these skills that we teach, they're asked to help you much more often.
And we also mentor with this ever-changing society we're in. We help, especially the youth, with mentoring. We bring positive people in front of them to make a positive impression on them. That's just one of the things that we do.
This is not homework. We don't go in there and do their homework. We go in there and talk to them like we're talking to you. Teach them how to shake hands, look in the eye, smile, say hello, be a person. Have those personality things happen. Show us your passion. Your personality is what's going to make you or break you in life. And we have to instruct young people. Come on, you can do this. Smile. Not the end of the world. And they're not encouraged at home or at school to even do the smallest things. So we start out with certain skills. The first skill is making an impression. And we just simply let them know. You get one chance to make a first impression. You won't get a second one. The first one's not good.
And also, people are so influenced by social media. A lot of them are positive. So we're going to get positive people in front of them. That's the only advantage we have. We can actually get in front of these people, and they can see us. We can have hands-on instead of them being influenced by something negative on social media or the negative personalities on social media.
Making a difference is a foundation to teach young people how to be people. And that's encompassing a lot of things. But basically what we do is we teach the youth 5 skills. They're called hope skills. And they start out with first impression. How to make a first impression. Interpersonal skills, communication skills, presentation skills, and selling skills. And if you learn these skills and learn the other important issues of character, that was the 3 C's, courage, character, and commitment, that encourages and creates your life. And so those skills are what making a difference is about. And we teach that to people who, unfortunately, don't get that at school. Some cases don't get it at home. And if you have those skills, and if you have that demeanor when you're young, as you grow up, you become a certain kind of person.
We also think something that's important is them seeing positive role models. So we have a lot of former athletes, policemen, firemen, real respectful people in the community to come in and speak to the kids. They can see real life heroes. We can put hands on the kids. They're influenced by so much negativity on social media. Just want to get a lot of positive people right in front of them, people that work in the community, to reinforce these skills that Jeff just spoke about.
As I explained before, if you have these skills and if you understand your character as a person when you're young, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, 15, 17, 18, you tend to feel more comfortable with yourself. And the most important thing that you'll get from these lessons that we teach, you'll learn how to communicate. And people who are able to communicate their feelings and their problems tend to be better off in general and tend to avoid things that will get them looking for something else. So when you're looking, when you need something to give you feel better, whether you had a drug problem because of an injury, whether it's physical or emotional, if you don't know how to communicate that injury, I'm hurt. This is killing me. I want to talk to you about it. Or you don't want to talk to them about it. then the problem is still there. And you've got a greater chance of not getting into recovery real quick because you don't know how to communicate. So skills that we teach people would prevent a lot of it, not all of it, but your character and your passion and your personality is going to either take you one direction or another. And we try to develop that with young people and older people. And the message I tell people is if you're going to do drugs, don't do it until you're 25. You won't at 25. But younger, because your brain isn't developed, you tend to do things you're going to be sorry for.
I know personally, the injury that I had at the end of my career, I had to take pain pills. And at that point, I started kind of abusing them just because, I was depressed because I couldn't play ball anymore and just was trying to get away. So I can see how very easily it is to get hooked on any type pain medicine or anything, especially when it's prescribed to you. And that's one thing that you should be wary of. Just because something is prescribed to you don't mean that you can't be addicted to it or get hooked on it. So I just try to let the kids know about my personal testimonies. And like I said, I've been around a lot of athletes who have depended on pain medicine, and they had a pretty rough time trying to get off.
And I have a first cousin, who was adopted. And so I don't know if that's a gene that goes along with addiction, but she had the gene. And as she grew up, 15 years old, it started. And she got heavily involved in drugs. I loved that kid. She was great. She had a terrific personality. I always wondered why it was so important for her to do that. But I also realized that there was something going on emotionally that she couldn't relate or communicate what this thing was. So I like chocolate. If somebody offers me raspberry and chocolate, I'll take chocolate because that's what I like. And if you like it a lot and it's the thing you really want, then you tend to get drawn to it. I'll make a long story short. She went to rehab, and she was clean for a long time. And she got injured at a job, but she was in her late 30s. And that injury caused her to get onto medication. And on the medication, she overdosed and passed away. So how has it affected me? It hurt me. It hurts anyone who's in your family. It hurts people around you. Even if you're not the person who's directly involved, other people are hurt by it. So the thing we have to learn to do in life is to communicate our emotions and communicate our problems. And then hopefully we'll be in a better place.
And a former teammate of mine actually shared this about a month ago with me. Let me know that his dad was what you would call a functioning crackhead when he was a very young kid. And he said, but his dad was there every day. Said things would happen like he may pawn something, but he was there every day. And in the way his mom described it to him, just told him and his younger brother that his dad had a disease, which it is a disease. But he said they didn't know anything different because all they would know he would go to the bathroom and be in there a long time. And they found out that's when he was doing drugs. But the interesting thing about this is that he shared with me that it didn't affect him as bad as when his dad was trying to get clean, going in and out of rehab, because that took him away from the house when he was on drugs. At least he was there every day and he was home at a certain time because he had a job. He was a functioning drug addict. But it was just an interesting way that he explained it to me. And it can affect you in different ways. Try to get clean can affect your family. So that's one thing we try to let the youth know about and be aware of.
If you go through recovery and recover, your life will be wonderful. I think it's a challenge. Recovery must be a challenge, like it is for everything else. And you have to have courage and make a commitment and let your character shine through. I think that's, well, the one word, but that's what I tell you to do.
Thank God that I've never had to go through a recovery, but I do suffer from PTSD. And I know the recovery from that is a battle every day. So I can kind of related to that. So I'm sure it's very hard because the rehab with PTSD is something that is a battle every day.